It's being sponsored by Grape Escape. First, out of the blue corner, he's a flow-style fighter standing 5'7", 145 pounds, with 4 wins and 2 losses, training with Hard Drive MMA. From Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Khiry Hopkins. And fighting out of the red corner, he's a freestyle fighter, standing 5'5", 145 pounds, with no wins, 2 losses, training with Dubuque Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. From Dubuque, Iowa, Kendall Gibbs.
We're back at the Mystique Community Ice Center. Rob Spangler, Drew Railsbeck, and Justin Taylor bringing you our 3rd amateur fight of the night, Pinnacle Combat 25. They've all been good so far. This one appears to be a great matchup too. Khiry Hopkins versus Kendall Gibbs, and round 1 is underway.
Yeah, I absolutely love this matchup here. This is dynamic striker versus very good grappler, and we'll see which style is going to be able to dictate this fight. Good leg kick by Khiry.
Fighters kind of feeling each other out here early on. Ooh,
overhand right
attempt one by Gibbs.
We're seeing a lot of composure from these fighters here tonight, especially on this amateur side of the card. For 2 guys making their debuts, and this is Kendall's 3rd fight and Khiry's 5th, but these guys look very composed.
Yeah, again, do not look like your typical amateur.
And Kendall with the takedown here. See what he's able to do from it. Kendall's very controlling on the ground. He's got a really good ground game.
Gibbs on top right now.
Khiry does have full guard locked up right now, and it doesn't look like as of now he's trying to scoot to the cage and try and wall walk. He's in the middle of the cage right now.
Hopkins got a couple shots into the side of Gibbs' head here.
Khiry is very comfortable off his back, though, training at a hard drive. Kyrie's obviously more of a dynamic striker, but training at hard drive, those guys do everything. They're a very well-rounded gym, an affiliate of Rufus Sport in Milwaukee, and they just started their gi program, actually, I want to say about 2 years ago.
One thing I'm curious about, Kendall Gibbs has kind of the longer hair, the longer dreads, if you will, and sometimes you wonder if that can be, something that could adversely affect the fighter. You know what I mean?
Well, he trains. He trains with that. So if he's comfortable training like that, then I don't think it's going to affect him in a fight. He did pass the half guard here. He's currently sitting in half guard. Khiry does have a leg scooped. I'm not sure what he's going to try and do with it.
Another little shot to the side of the head by Hopkins. Got a couple of those in, not with a whole lot of force.
Kendall's not really doing a whole lot from the top. He's just kind of being very controlling with what he's trying to do. I'd like to see Khiry try to scoot towards the cage and then try and work up and get back to his feet.
Our first 2 amateur fights have gone deep so far, and this one already has a feel, round 1 just about in the books, that this one could go quite a ways too.
Last 10 seconds here, we'll see if anything happens. Hard shots by Kendall.
Trying to clear some space, and Hopkins ties him up, and there is round 1 in the books. Pretty competitive round 1, really.
Yeah, no one really stood out with anything. Obviously, Kendall did have the takedown and controlled it from about 2 minutes on. You see about 2:16 there, he got the takedown.
But again, you look at Hopkins, he was able to get in, I would say, more shots from the bottom.
Yeah, he was doing
Gibbs
damage
did on
top.
So that's a pretty even round 1. Maybe the slight edge to Kendall Gibbs. Here we go. Round number 2 is underway. 3rd amateur fight of the night, Pinnacle Combat 25, Kendall Gibbs versus Khiry Hopkins.
I expect Khiry to keep his distance a little bit more in this second round after being taken down like that. Good right hand by Khiry there. It's a very effective counter to the low kick, just throwing something right down the pipe right as soon as someone throws a low kick.
Like Gibbs thought about going in for a takedown for a moment.
These guys are feeling each other out again in this early part of this second round here.
Two of the fighters able to land a big hit here so far in the stand-up.
Good right hand.
I spoke too soon.
Kendall's moving around quite a bit, which I like to see that. Not being stagnant in his movement. He's shifting his movement from left to right, back and forth.
Making Hopkins chase him a little bit.
So far, this round's a little tougher to score. No one's really. There've been a few exchanges, but no one's really stood out with anything huge. Ooh, hard knee by Khiry.
Both fighters again on their feet. Good movement, as you said, by Gibbs, just kind of bouncing around, making Hopkins chase him.
Hard leg kick there by Khiry. It looks like Kendall's he's more than comfortable to stand on his feet with Khiry, which is surprising me a little bit, but I like seeing this.
Quite the wind-up on the overhand punch there by Gibbs.
Khiry's trying to walk him down here. He missed with the front kick.
Once again, Gibbs has some pretty wild swings with some of his throws.
It looks like what Kendall's trying to do is he's trying to move away from him and catch Khiry coming in as he's walking him down.
Little lock up here.
Little clinch here. Not quite a Muay Thai clinch, but they are exchanging knees.
Khiry doing more damage with the knees currently.
Those to the leg, they don't really hurt. They're more of an annoyance than they are.
That was a quick round too. Boy, that seemed to fly by.
That's a tough round to score. Khiry was probably the aggressor walking down Kendall, but in the exchanges it went very even.
Yeah, I mean, I have to think that was about as even as you could get.
So Drew, one of the things I always do to Rob when I get a chance is I make Rob play judge, and Rob, who won that round? Score it.
You laughed, but you didn't answer.
Tie?
I mean,
that's
honestly, not allowed. Nick and I have fought over 10-9 rounds a lot when we think of them, but you have to pick a winner. You can't have a tie.
Yep.
Tie at the end of the fight, but not after a round.
Yep.
I mean, maybe I would, slightly give the edge to Hopkins just because he forced. I think he pressed the fight.
I'd probably agree with that. I like seeing a fighter actively trying to engage. However, though, I did like Kendall's movement, his side-to-side movement, front and back. It was very good to see that.
Yep, and as you said, I think he was trying to. He threw some real wild overhands, but he was trying to catch Khiry, and to Kyrie's credit, he didn't get caught. Here we go, round 3 underway. Round 3 of 3 here in this amateur fight.
All these amateur fights have gone the distance so far. You don't usually see that for the amateur side of the card. You usually see a lot of first-round finishes.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, not saying what we think, but I think if we think what the judges are thinking, is it 1-1 right now?
I could probably assume that.
I think
so. So this is the deciding round.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep, and then once again in the stand-up here, I'm a little surprised at that.
These amateur fights going to the third round, I think that's a testament to the matchmaker. I'm not sure who that is.
I think it's Drew Railsback.
It might be.
If anybody knows him, make sure you give him a shout out on Facebook or in person. Buy him a beer, maybe.
Gibbs as you guys pointed out, may have won that first round on the ground, and there he gets the takedown. And I was just going to say that.
Blast double
Doesn't it make sense for him to take this to the ground since he really probably won round one on the ground?
Yeah, he's probably going to want to try and hold Khiry down for the rest of this round. And then assuming that the judges score the fights the way that we did in the second round, he'll probably walk away with the victory here. I'd really like to see Khiry try and scoot to the cage again, though, and wall walk.
On the flip side here, though, I don't think either corner can confidently tell them it's 1-1.
Yeah.
You know, especially Khiry. Khiry could be looking at down 2-0. He needs a finish.
Both of the corners probably should have told their fighter that they're down in this fight and to show a little desperation.
Yeah. Approaching the 1 minute mark here, so we're getting down there in round number 3. Khiry Hopkins on the bottom. On top, it's Kendall Gibbs. Hopkins trying to be active underneath, and again, he has gotten a few shots in, much like he did in round number 1.
That was a very well-timed blast double that Kendall was able to take Khiry down with. Basically, Khiry, it looked like attempt to do a leg kick, and Kendall caught it and was able to take him down from there. Kyrie's got to watch out there, though. He did grab the cage. He took his fingers out right away, though.
Getting close to 30 seconds left here in round number 3 of 3. Another great amateur fight here. So far, 3 for 3. There's a little bit of ground and pound there from Gibbs.
Right there in the corner, you see Eldon Gamcarus and Eric Vo they train here in Dubuque. And we were supposed to get Eric on the card. Unfortunately, he got injured, though, and had to pull out. Those things happen, though.
Strong finish from Gibbs. Boy, I think it's tight, but gut instinct maybe goes, maybe Gibbs pulled this one out.
Yeah, judges can be iffy sometimes. I don't always trust them to score it the way that I score it.
Well, and I've been wrong enough over the years to know that. Especially in something as tightly contested as this fight.
This is a very good, very technical fight, though.
Yep. You know, fans watching may wonder, well, we didn't see any big hits, big knockdowns, big connections. That's because these two guys didn't allow it to happen, which means they're both, as you said, skilled technicians out there.
Yeah, we did see a lot of really good technique from both fighters. Like I said at the beginning of the fight, Kendall on the ground, and then, Khiry attempting to walk Kendall down and do damage on the feet there.
In this Pinnacle Combat Amateur Featherweight fight, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. It's a unanimous decision. Your winner, Kendall Gibbs.
That's what we thought. Kendall Gibbs victorious. Let's go to the ring now. Justin Taylor with our winner.
Finally over the hump. A tough out with Khiry. Talk about that fight.
Oh man, I've been training for this about 4 months now. I feel real good. All my teammates that helped me and pushed me to this point. I feel really excited that I got the win and actually went against a world-class striker, considering the fact that I'm a really good grappler.
Who do you want to thank and what do you want next?
I want to thank all my coaches, my teammates. You know, Eldon over there always looking out for me. Keegan, let's bring on the W, get that title, baby. Cole Williams, bring back the W so we can turn up tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kendall Gibbs.